Ric Flair's old ass was in there dancing.
He was?
Yeah.
On a music video?
Yeah, on the Migos Ric Flair drip music video. This shit was hilarious.
Dope. Malcolm.
Malcolm's over there singing, bro.
Come on, man.
Alright, I'm posting it up now. We're live. Let me post this up. Y'all go ahead and start it off.
You already got it posted?
Yeah, I'm posting it now.
Alright. Let me know when you're good.
Alright. And I can go back and I'll go back and crop this part out once it's once it's uploaded.
I say you bring it in. I don't even know what the shit's called. You can just get creative with it.
Alright, I just finished posting. I think. Yeah, we're good. Alright guys, this is the first edition of SSL Radio. We're starting our podcast. We're going to try to do like a weekly podcast. One for the league, and then I think we got some plans to do just a Madden podcast for the sim community in general as well. But we just wanted to start this off and touch on some topics. We haven't had, when was our last radio show? Probably like 6 months ago or something. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So we just wanted to start this off and go over some stuff that's been going on in the league. Mostly focused. Today's podcast is going to be mostly focused on the league and the new stuff, the new rule implementations and all that type of stuff. But I guess we could start first with the All Madden switch from All Pro to All Madden, and talk about that.
You want to go first, B-Dot?
I'm actually I have no idea why we made the switch. So, not in a bad way. I'm just saying, like y'all could put me up on game on the differences and what was the purpose of it, you know?
So Ron was an advocate for All Madden since the game pretty much came out, but early on, in my opinion, there was just too much still broken with it. But they did end up sending out a patch. I think it was around October, November. Maybe it was November. That fixed a lot of the complaints with the sim community, the simulation mode of All Madden for this CFM mode, and they fixed the interior block shed from the D line, so you don't get block shed every single time you run inside zone or inside run or outside run. There's not just an instant block shed, so they kind of fixed that. They also tuned the DB reaction times, so they turned them down a little bit just so that really bad
And
DBs don't play.
I'm sorry, quick
level.
question.
Yeah.
So this is what you're talking about when you say that it got tweaked or tuned. You mean it only got tweaked or tuned for All Madden?
For All Madden, for All Madden
okay,
simulation mode. It only got tweaked for All Madden simulation mode. Like, if you play on competitive, I don't think they tweaked that part.
The way I took it was this. I think EA is, when they make updates and only tune it for All Madden simulation, I think what they're trying to say is this, is that I think All Madden, once they fix some of the quirks, is the way that simulation should be played. So, like, for our community, I think they're trying to say, like, that is what we should be playing on with what we asked for and what we want out of the game, personally.
Yeah, when they came out with it, I think that's pretty much, it looks like the direction they want to go in for the sim community. Because, like, why else would you tune All Madden? You know what I'm saying? Why would you take that time out to tune specifically all Madden simulation mode?
Yeah, in a game mode that you can't even get into unless you're really in a league.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't even
Okay,
true.
I
tap
see what
into
you're
that.
saying.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I felt like that was the way to go. But um, the reason why I always felt it was good was just because I felt like the hardest part of playing this game and the biggest flaw of this game were the zones. And I felt like you have your like, let's say you're running cover three or cover four, you actually have perimeter help. Your outside thirds and your mid thirds actually react, and the game just plays better because of it. You have to make more realistic reads, and the residual effect initially was that there were too many block sheds and everybody was playing way over their heads. But now, I think especially with the slider set that we have, it actually plays pretty close to as good as you can get it for a sim league.
You know
Yeah.
what? I did notice that today for the first time when we were labbing. Um, I noticed that in cover four, when I ran cover four press, um, my outside my corners in that quarter zone, they were jumping like the out routes, like they were reacting to them pretty well. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe I just haven't paid attention to that prior to that, but I did. Now that you say that right now, I did notice that. Like they actually did react better to other shit that might, that the game might say it's outside of their zone. They shouldn't jump. But instinctively, if it was like real football, if nobody's going down the deep third and they break one out, then you jump it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right, 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 right.
it was
Or
it was
or
dope to
or if
see that.
like bench, for example, which just destroys all pro. Your corners are actually, there's nothing else threatening them but that corner route in
Yeah,
three. So
yeah.
they'll actually make a play on, even if they don't pick it off, they will still act like there's a pass being thrown in front of them.
Right,
And
right, right, right.
I think that's way better than what it was before, personally.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, now that when you guys tell me the differences, now like I see them and a lot of, for me personally, I've gotten better over the past 2 seasons. So the fact that I've gotten better, I'm thinking that it's me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, oh, well, shit. The guys are reacting a certain way because I'm playing better. But you're right though. It's the all Madden and shit and how that how that different shit
Yeah.
kicks in. So I'm
But
starting to
it's
see
not it's
that
not
now.
it's not going to affect you as much as other people because you actually establish the run and you
Yeah.
actually have some concepts. The
Right.
people
Right.
that
Right.
were running unrealistic stuff to where, you need to clear out, you need to manipulate the defense, occupy the defender, and you actually have to clear stuff out or to get the ball out quick. And if you do that and run the football, you'll be fine.
Right. Right.
But if you don't, it's going to be, you almost have to scrap your whole playbook from what you were running before. So it's not going to
Yeah.
affect you a lot, but yeah.
Yeah,
It's helped though. It's definitely helped defensively.
I think setting up the run's a huge thing too, especially with the sliders. I think it's easy to get away from it just because you're only going to get like a realistic amount of yards usually, like especially on these sliders, like you're going to get 3 to 4 to 5 to 6. There's going to be less big runs broken off, but if you stay with it and stay consistent, I don't know if you guys seen some of the numbers in the league so far, but when we switched from just normal all man to all man with sliders, the rushing numbers like average went down, but if you rush it say 20 times a game, you get rewarded for that. So most of the stats I've been seeing are like 19 rushes for 170, 50 yards or 170 yards, or whatever, somewhere around there. But like pre, like first 3 weeks, it was like 21 carries for 300 yards or 21 carries for 250
For
yards. You know what I
sure.
mean? So like,
But you don't really notice the difference because I'm not in other leagues. But
yeah,
like if
yeah,
I go into the lab and you look back on how the game plays on all pro stock, so like corner strike for example, big which is a very popular play, especially at a bunch, like in tourneys and all that.
yeah,
Like you have to almost Mabel to be able to stop a corner strike concept because your outside third does not break on the football, which is silly. You know what I'm saying? Because you have a corner out there. And it just reminded me the other day when I was playing that all pro zones just play terrible.
Yeah, they do.
I
Yeah,
don't
Yeah.
think anybody would disagree with that. Like you can run corner strike and a play like that, that corner will never make a play on the C route, or if you run an out, he's never going to make a play on the out route. And it's like it makes it almost to where it's like you really have to go into some of those defenses that those tourney guys go into, which is like a cover two blitz or a zero blitz or
Yeah.
yeah. And
because you don't have a functional answer for anything that you would have in real
you,
life.
you don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
True.
think
True.
that's the huge thing is like, does it make sense? Does it make football sense? Like, I don't think in all pro any defense that you can come out in it makes sense to be able to stop anything realistically. Anyways, you're gonna have to make a ton of adjustments just to get anything to play right. Which I mean, for a video game, this is another reason why Rex saying that the sim community is happy with how realistic the game's playing right now. I think it was way off from at least how I feel personally, especially on All
Yeah.
Pro. If we're talking All Pro, I don't think the game's anywhere close. Um,
I
but
think what they mean, I think what he means by that is there are some things that have improved, but I think that if you can, you got to read between the lines with Madden. They don't explain anything. They don't explain what traits mean, what this slider set means, what this attribute means. What they're subliminally telling us is that we're supposed to be playing on simulation all Madden mode, and I don't even think he thinks all pro is what the sim community wants anyway. That's almost
I
it's
mean,
almost gone to where like arcade and competitive are the all pro mode.
yeah, I mean that's what I
Easy
got from
wins, easy gameplay, and
yeah,
then I think they kind of want us to be playing on that mode.
yeah, that's what I got from just them putting out a mid-cycle update for specifically sim all Madden. Like that's something unique because usually they come out with updates for all pro and things that are across all the different game modes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that's unique. And then like I think the sliders. What I was telling Vita earlier was that the sliders that we implemented, and I think Jim's noticed them, and maybe Kia's noticed them, but you get more animations. I don't know if you guys noticed more SWAT animations instead of like the football hitting off people's heads and hitting off random body parts. They actually have time to go for the SWAT animation and the other animations come into play. So that was one of the reasons why the slow gameplay is better, I believe.
Hey, I
Uh,
haven't I haven't noticed any SWAT animations because I've been getting too many picks, dog.
nice. And then just the other huge thing was the speed threshold. So the higher you
Yeah.
have it, the better, like the higher overall, but maybe slower players play. And then the lower you have it, the better, like the lower overall high speed players play. So I think keeping that
You
at
know
a
what?
good balance is good.
One of the things that when I was watching Jim stream, first of all, Jim, you have some dope ass live com. I enjoy like there's a few people I enjoy watching stream when they get on the mic, and Jim is one of them. But
Yeah.
he had a good point. He was like, it's almost like you can throw a comeback more accurately than you can throw a drag or a check down,
Yeah,
and
man. For real.
that's been hurting me a lot lately in the league. I just can't make certain throws that I should be able to make. I don't know if that was part of the slider skill set, but I wanted you to explain that because I feel like since we made that change, my accuracy just went way down.
Okay, yeah. So just with the slider set, the I think what he had recommended on the slider set was bringing it down from 50 to 43, but I didn't go that extreme. I went to 45 just because 43 is you're gonna get a lot of overthrows. You're gonna get a lot of throw out of bounds. So the difference is the lower you go, um, you have to balance it, because if you go too low, then they start throwing the ball directly to defenders, and it's not like inaccurate throws. It's like inaccurate throws to defenders, pretty much.
Right. I've noticed that. Yeah.
So that was what we were initially on, and I put it up to 45 because um, I read his comments on that, and he was saying that there's a happy medium between 43 and 40 and like 47 or 48, where like if you're on 50, you get no overthrows, you get no nothing like that. Like it's pretty much like you could take a bum quarterback and he could be Peyton Manning for a game. Um, so there was a need for a little bit of a tweak there, but I didn't go as drastic as what he's playing his league on and what his sliders are based on, just because you get too many of those errant throws right to DBs or right to linebackers.
So none of us have elite quarterbacks in the league. I think B-Dot, you have Peterman, right?
Yeah, he's definitely below. Nowhere
Cody,
near
you
me.
have
I had
Dobbs or
I
someone
had
else.
Dobbs and that rookie, but they both got hurt last game, so now I have Blake Bortles. So we'll see how
And I
that
have
goes.
Paxton. So I think the throws that I can't make are either going to be the easy throws, like the drags on time, the checkdowns, and then you can't pass lead at all.
Not
Yeah, he
yet. Not
can't.
with inaccurate. Yeah, not with
You
inaccurate
can't pass
quarterbacks.
lead at all, which I guess
Yeah,
that's somewhat realistic. And I even said that in my stream. Like, I was like, this is what I get for having a strong arm bum quarterback with no accuracy. Like, this is what it should
yeah,
look like. I'm not even mad at it, but
yeah,
he should be making the checkdowns and the drags, like,
Yeah, I
because
think
he's
that's
throwing the
just a
comeback to the opposite hash on the money every fucking time. Like,
yeah. It's true.
that's the only thing that kind of
There's
pisses
just
me
no way
off.
to there's no way to really fix that. You know what I mean? Not from a sliders perspective, or I think that's just built
Sure.
into the game
What's your,
like
You
that.
can't
what's
fix
the real?
everything, bro.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you guys this: in terms of those attributes, those throwing attributes, what's the? Is it? Are the yards that they have on there, are they realistic? Meaning, short accuracy is supposed to be between 20 and under. Medium accuracy is between 20 and 40, and then obviously deep accuracy is 40 and up. I mean, how
Yeah.
accurate is that then? Because if I
So
have like Peterman is real quick, Peterman is like 86 or 87 short accuracy, but I can't make those. I can't hit those drags all the time. You know,
Me
yeah.
so how does
too,
that
bro.
work?
So
So
it's
the way I look at it is this. So part of what I do, and I cannot break this habit, is like if I have a drag, I pass lead them in every time, and I can't stop doing it. And
yeah.
when you pass lead, I think there may be like a threshold you have to hit to where you can actually pass lead, but I
Mm,
cannot stop doing it, bro. Like if it's an out, that's why some of those deeper throws I think are more accurate because I don't pass lead them. But
yeah,
the short throws, I like lead them in, out, or just based on the leverage. And I think that because Lynch isn't even that bad on short accuracy, but I can't make those throws right now.
One of the key things with that is it's not from the line of scrimmage. It's from where your quarterback's at. So if you do a 7-step drop and then take another 3 steps,
mm,
you're at 10 yards back. So if your receiver is running is
Now that's
20 yards
medium,
down,
yep.
if your receiver is 20 yards down the field, that's a medium accuracy, not a.
got you. Okay,
So it's based on
that
where your
makes a lot more
quarterback's at,
sense now.
not where the line of scrimmage is.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Okay, gotcha.
And you have to make sure that you have your feet set. That's another big thing on all men. You have to make sure that
Yeah, of
you're not
course,
on your back
absolutely.
foot, and like sometimes pressure does uh make an impact. If there's someone coming or someone close to you, then you get like a pressure inaccurate throw. And I think that
Yeah,
may be based on a trait or something. I don't know, like panic or whatever. I don't know. I don't honestly. There's just so many variables, traits, and attributes. It's like you get lost.
You know the scariest thing is when they did that like Clint interview. Those guys don't even know a lot of the coding that was there before them or what the formulas are. That's the
Yeah,
scary part.
yeah,
It's like we can't even sit here and try to figure out why X, Y, and Z happen if they don't even know the formula.
yeah. They don't. They have
You
to. They
know?
said they have to get their engineers to look into that specifically for them to figure out like why something's doing something a certain way. It's kind of crazy. But
I
you
think
know,
All Madden is good overall. I think what it does it creates skill gap. I think the guys that are gonna win games are gonna be the ones that play clean.
mhm.
It's not even All Madden more so. I think the movement in terms of having an identity and posting scouting reports and eliminating like condensed sets, all that stuff is going to lead to skill gap.
Yeah, I
Yep.
Who
think that
can
should
adjust?
probably
Who can play
that's a
clean?
good intro to our next topic, which would be the ban of compressed sets. I think that's a good segue. Um,
Yeah, man. It's a very tricky, nuanced type of conversation, man. Because I
I,
don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest. I get the ban and I'm for the ban, but man, if we could just get everybody on board to use it, situationally, that would be dope, man. Because my personal problem with making reads is I kind of get like panicky, like when it's like zero blitz or some shit like that, or when I know it's a blitz. And I would love to be able to run a couple bunches here and there, to assure myself that I can have some quick reads coming out of the bunch, when somebody's
yeah,
trying to just press me and blitz me. So I would love if we can use it correctly, but I do understand why we have to ban it. So I get it. I'm for it.
yeah. I think Ron was talking when we first talked about that in the chat, and I think like people in the know knew that those like I don't think any of us had any of those formations in our playbook before the ban. So like the people in the
No, no,
know
no.
knew that
But
shit was
I had
if
I
you
had
did,
one.
you were trying to run it clean.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
difference right there.
That
Yeah.
was the difference. Like we weren't running. If you did have it, you were trying to run mesh from it because mesh. That's one of the only sets that has mesh is bunch.
Right.
Like there's not a lot of mesh stock on the game, so
Right.
um, that's one of the concepts that most of us was trying to
But one of the
get to
things
work.
with eliminating the condensed sets is like if we're already going all Madden and they play the zone so much better, that doesn't affect me and it doesn't affect anybody that knows what they're doing because all the stuff that breaks all pro and condensed sets doesn't work on all Madden. And to me, that was always my point is like, why even eliminate it? Because it doesn't even work that well to me. Even that you're gonna be like, well, the condensed post works well. Well, cool, but on all Madden does it work well? You know what I'm saying? Or with our slider set, does it work well?
Yeah.
Um,
So the issue there is that it still creates the leverage issue. So like in the run game, the wide receivers get automatic leverage on the
Yeah.
linebackers, and they block them
for
out
sure,
from those compressed
for sure,
sets.
but
Yeah.
And then
for sure, but I don't think it's a ground changing rule with the
plays
way that
like
we have the way we have our slider set. It doesn't even. It's not even that big a
I don't
deal.
know though. I think it still matters in the run game.
yeah,
I,
it
I
does.
agree with you, Ron, on the pass game, but in the run game, man,
Well,
I don't know, man.
so here's the thing with the pass game though. So like there's certain plays that just break the AI logic, like the verticals play where the outside wide receiver will run like or the condensed outside wide receiver will run like a vertical, but it'll be like one of those that go out and then up, almost like it looks like a wheel almost. Um, those just create so much separation from the snap, and the AI just doesn't react to it. And then same thing with like a drag, just a simple drag with a slot wide receiver lined up next to the tackle. The drag just gets so much separation that it
But
a small
I
play
get it.
could
But
become a huge
here
play.
here's the thing though. That's why you would run snugs in real life. Like there's a residual effect for anything that you run. Like if you run
Yeah,
spread or tight.
the
So like
difference is
Larry Fedora, or like Sean McVay, the reason that they run a lot of condensed is because they said it stretches the field the same way as spread does, but it does it to the side. It does it in a different way. So you almost have to defend the field from the snap,
yeah
and you're not pre-snap spreading the field, but you almost have to defend the width of the field the same way. So there are some advantages to running those sets, and
there
people
are.
can run them clean.
Yeah.
but I don't think that it's that big of a deal with on all Madden personally. But I'm with it. I'm with it if it makes people play clean. I'm with it.
I mean, I
Yeah.
just so from that though is that in real life you have the defenders from condensed sets, and this is what Clint was hitting at is like defenders from condensed sets can recognize that it's a condensed set and their assignments change a little bit, so they're not going to let someone get outside leverage automatically. But from the on Madden, you don't have anything to be able to do that unless you're
No,
gonna.
here's the reason why condensed sets have been so popular is because you don't have a sideline deep third or deep quarter defender in zone. So bench, corner strike, plays like that are always overpowered.
Yeah.
And the other one is the condensed post, and that middle third doesn't react on all
Oh,
pro
the
normally.
condensed seam too.
But yeah, the
That's like
condensed seam is tough
that's like
too.
that's like one of the new money plays in these tournaments.
But how, like, I know what he said about coverage adjustments. So you would make an adjustment to where you have a condensed set. You're like, I'm going to keep outside leverage on this.
Hmm.
So now it's the same thing with everything has a pro and a con. Every formation, every scheme,
Yeah.
and it doesn't seem like this game wants to deal with or acknowledge that particular, whether it's tight or bunch, there are some things that don't work well with it. But you have to take it's tough to defend in real life and it's tough to defend on the game. But I think if the zones react right, I don't think it's really a bad thing personally.
Yeah, I just don't think they do is the issue because they're just not coded correctly. But like he said that they're gonna try to fix that for the next, I guess, Madden 19, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
But don't overreact to anything that he says because he's speaking to the masses, the all pro mutt masses for the most part. You can't speak on different game modes and settings and sliders. So he's speaking like, yeah, it gun bunch on all pro is you cannot defend it. You can't. There's no answer for gun bunch on all pro.
Yeah, I think even still in all Madden, there's an advantage to a huge advantage to running it. That's why I mean it's still broken, but not as broken on all Madden. But
I just don't like the runs out of it, bro. Like I don't know. I
Yeah, the
haven't
runs
seen
are
anyone.
terrible out of it.
They I don't want to call out any names, but there's some guys, man, that I just seen come out in those bunch sets and just run the ball and like for whatever fucking reason, man, the receivers just they
pancake
have
the
the leverage and they
linebackers.
make incredible blocks. Yeah, it's just like something is just definitely broken with those compressed sets, man, especially out of gun and shit and out of pistol and all that kind of shit with the
Oh,
trips and those bunches,
the
man.
pistol bunch, that
Yeah, the
zone
pistol
run from
bunch,
pistol
bro. Oh
bunch.
my god, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous, bro. It's like so unrealistic how the receiver just all of a sudden turns into the fucking all pro lineman all of a sudden, and you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
Oh,
like
I
that shit,
agree.
bro. So
But what I'm saying is we actually Cody and Roger took a day to go through and take every receiver's run blocking down and we have a max. Like
Yeah.
we have fixes in there to stop some of this stuff, but like a gun bunch, the runs out of that formation suck to me personally.
oh,
The only the
you're saying they suck like they're not effective runs.
yeah.
I think the
Oh, I
gun
was
bunch.
saying they suck like because they are effective.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, I see what you're
I think
saying.
they are like especially out of like gun bunch. Was it gun bunch weak where they're weak tight end or whatever, where they're compressed to the line and they have the off tackle. That off tackle run is nuts. If you run it to the bunch, like you have to run it to the bunch side. So that to me that runs really good. But I mean personally, watching these streams since we've made these
Oh, I agree
implemented these
100%.
rules,
I agree.
the
I
the
agree.
streams, the games just look so much more realistic.
They look so much better, so much cleaner. The play calling is better. I
Yeah,
agree that, like in hindsight, I'm just telling you what I thought initially in my like general views of it was, but I agree. Like it looks way better since that rule went into place.
Yeah,
yeah, I agree too, bro.
yeah,
That shit's
so,
been dope, man. It's like sparked a new life into the league to me. I know some people were disgruntled and upset. But now it's like, man, let's see what y'all really got. Let's see who's really gonna put the time and effort in. I know people got lives and shit. Trust me, I do too. But it's more fun to actually watch film now and like really have to game plan and strategize, and that shit, to me, it makes it more fun knowing that I don't have to see bullshit, compressed sets, and overpowered shit, and I can actually like game plan for like a legit game plan. So
Yeah, because I mean, that's one thing that most of the league didn't really understand and it didn't get. That those sets in real life are used situationally. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
most of the time, those are situational play calls or situational formations, depending on what's going on in the game. Um, like,
But you also have to be you have to be at the point to where like when you're in a league and there's this is not my league, but you have to be mature enough to say this was for the greater good of the league. Who cares? Play
mm,
ball. It's not even that serious at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
if it's playing clean, have fun with the damn game.
yeah,
yeah,
I
There's
agree.
no need like this league is so fun because no one has been suspended, booted, put on a 3-week ban, had to sit their starters. We don't argue on the fucking page. We talk shit and it's fun. And it's because everyone's, it's just not one of those leagues.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
I mean, that was
What's
kind
up
of the
though, man?
intent.
We hey man, we need to start penalizing though, bro.
You
I'm
think
gonna
I
so?
don't
keep it.
know
I'm gonna
about
keep it
that.
a
I think
buck.
it's good the way to where it is, to where you have a teaching moment, maybe give them a warning. And
Yeah, I
I've
think you.
seen some
Yeah,
fuck
that's
shit
true.
going on though.
I think you use every one of those situations as a learning or teaching moment, and if and this is where self-policing comes in. So like if I post something on the wall or you post something on the wall that you saw on a stream and you tag them in it, you're like, hey man, like this isn't realistic because of this XYZ. Um, and then they respond. If they respond, usually people, as long as you're not a dick, people respond pretty well to it, and they'll take that constructive
Yeah, that's
criticism.
true.
But
Yeah,
um, but I think that's where and then at that point, if they don't change, if they don't adapt, then they fall behind, and then people start realizing that they don't respect their game as much. So like even if you do like stuff that people call you out on over and over, and you keep doing it, and you make it to the playoffs, or you make it to the Super Bowl, or you win a Super Bowl, whatever. Like this goes back to like people aren't gonna respect that win. People, you know what I'm saying? Like just because
Yeah,
like
but
you're over
they're
here.
not going to respect the win, but the quality wins. Like when I watched B Dot versus Roger,
Mhm.
that was fun to watch, man. Like
yeah,
there's no way in the world that I can't watch Madden like that unless it's played that way, to where people are actually trying to make adjustments, trying to do things the right way. That was a fun watch.
Mhm.
yeah, man.
Like
That's a dope
it's
one.
more fun to play that way. It's more fun to watch that way, and like
Yeah,
that
I
was
agree.
just a dope ass game to me.
So
Nah, yeah, well, I appreciate that.
yeah, that game was crazy good. I know uh, Vita had some incredible users in that game. One was in man coverage, and he was his assignment was the running back, and he just undercut him coming out of the backfield and picked it off.
Oh yeah. Can I say something
Um,
real quick?
yeah,
And Roger, you you know I fuck with you, but we got to get rid of the whole Madden is fucking me over type thing. I don't know what kind of geniuses we think we are with Madden, but I will say this, like if you have like the difference is this, like when I was throwing inaccurate passes last game and I lost, I still was able to step back and say I have an inaccurate quarterback. Like,
Right,
or maybe I'm calling the wrong plays, maybe I'm making the wrong reads, maybe I'm not
right.
baiting the user the right way. I don't like the whole Madden is fucking me over thing, and it's not a good look. I'm gonna just say that.
yeah,
It's
Yeah, I
not a
no,
good
think
look.
that I rewatched that game and he has some complaints or whatever, but I think that while we analyze the game and try to break everything down in terms of what attributes work for this and how players should be reacting and whatnot, we still need to give credit where credit is due in terms of
Exactly.
usering. It's still a video game, and usering is still a big deal, especially like I heard him, he was talking about false steps and things like that, and I get it for real football talk. But the thing about the game is, if you have good, watch out, girl, sit down. If you have good user skills and you use the strafe button, am I pronouncing that right? Is it strafe or strafe? I don't
Yeah,
fucking know.
strafe.
But if you're using the strafe button, right? And like on that play that Cody was just talking about, his running back came out of the backfield and ran like a 5-yard quick out. What I did was I met him at the line of scrimmage. I backpedaled with him, and when he made his cut, I cut underneath it. And it's like, I mean, there's a sense of that being a tad bit unrealistic because you would never. More than likely, the linebacker would wait for the running back to make his cut. You know, like 5 or 7 yards deep wherever he's at on the field. He'll wait for it. He wouldn't come up to the line of scrimmage to try to meet him, you know, in between the route. But still, it's still like stick skill that you got to give credit for. Like, damn, he was able to meet him at the line of scrimmage, backpedal with him, and then undercut it. Like, you got to give some credit there.
No, yeah, and I think that's a good. If you don't have anything else to comment on that, Ron, I think that's a good segue into something you brought up earlier, or something we were talking about earlier, how defenders have a user defender has eyes in the back of their head. And if we could, which I'm showing it on my stream right now, if they would improve this right here, if they would improve, I didn't mean to lock on that guy. If they would improve this right here, this camera where you're actually just looking from the perspective of the defense, I think this would be a good counter to that. So like, you only can play your assignment. You're forced to play your assignment. You can't play behind you because you can't see behind you. One of the problems though that Ron pointed out was that even when you like start to turn, you don't have any peripheral vision. So if they could like somehow improve this right here, I think this camera would be the camera to use on Madden to be the most realistic user, because like you have to stay in your zone. You can't run away from it.
It would, but the only issue is this. So I've heard this for a couple years to where like the high lows don't work well, right? And they don't because, like you just said, like if you run drive or shallow cross, the middle backer can break on the post, but you're watching the whole field, so you see that there's a dig behind you. You don't know what's behind you in real life if you crash on a drive. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea what's behind you. So the only other way to do it other than that would be to make linebacker agility more robust to where, you know, you just cannot break on something else. It takes you a while to break on something else if you break. Like if you crash on the drive, you cannot break on the basic route behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that makes it to where like it's real life. Like you have no idea what's behind you.
Exactly.
That's why drive and all that stuff works so well.
Exactly. That's why I think that's a good, maybe a good. I don't know. I mean, I think it would be fun to test out maybe in preseason. Just have everyone that users on defense just user that from that cam and see if they like the way the reads are better. If they, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it looks better gameplay wise, then that may be something we can look into. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to do that, of course, now. But I'm saying like down the road, we can look into it. Like, because I think personally that you're right. Because like if you're usering a linebacker right now, you can see every route on the field. So there's no, you don't have to pay for anything. Like if you even user a safety, bring them down into the box, and then there's a seam that's going by you, like you can still get back to it because you can see that. It's like it's kind of wild.
It's gonna be as long as the camera is that way. It's always going to be that way. Unless, like I said, unless they make it to where I recommended like the high lows, you know, maybe you have the basic another 2 yards deeper, but, you know, that's still a tough throw. He can still play both. The only thing I can think of is to make agility more stressed. That's the only thing I can think of. Or like maybe agility, play rec, and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think agility...
Maybe we should... No, go ahead.
I think agility is a lot. It doesn't show up as much from that camera too. I don't know if you try to user people on that camera, but you're not as agile, not even close.
Should we implement a agility threshold for middle linebackers?
I don't
I
know what
don't
that would
know.
do, honestly. Like, with the variables of the
Because
game,
the
I have
the
no idea what
game
that
does
does.
the game isn't even built to even let us even tinker with that. It almost has to be built
Okay.
that way. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
me,
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
to where like let's say you have a linebacker and he's like 50 agility. If he drives, it will take him 2 seconds to read and react back to the basic if he drives on the drive. But if
Yeah.
he's, an athletic linebacker, maybe he can redirect. Everybody can redirect the same, make the same user. You just hold down triangle and be in the middle of the field, and you can move around pretty good with anybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem.
So you're saying it has to be a gameplay fix on EA's part?
I think so. I mean, once we go in and start tinkering with agilities and the game doesn't even acknowledge that you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah, I think that's kind of tough. Yeah, to start messing just because also like if you're drafting players, they come in with really high agility, so you got to do that every. It's just a lot of man hours to stay on top of that.
Yeah,
To
that's
be
true.
able to change everyone on the whole game's agility at that position would be just time consuming. Sort of like the wide
B
receiver
dot B
blocking
dot. You
was.
want to talk? B dot. Who's the best person you played this year? Let's cut to the chase.
Oh shit. Let's see. Uh, it definitely has to be Roger. Let me think about that. The Browns dude was interesting. I mean, I don't know how to judge him yet because he broke so many rules. But nah, like honestly, like he broke so many rules, but he still was playing like low key legit. Like
Yeah.
it was a blend of like legit gameplay with like a little bit of rule breaking here and there, which cost me the game low key because there was a couple times I had some drags open that could have
Yeah.
got me in favorable position, but it's still my fault that I lost. But I don't know. If I was just to say off the top of my head, I'd say Roger. He just plays really clean and really intelligent. Nothing too spicy. Nothing like that's like, oh my god, this dude is super good. He just super consistent and he plays really clean. Lucky for me, I was just able to hang with him last game and kind of get the edge over him and whatnot. But I'd say Rodgers thus far this season.
What do you think,
Are you
Cody?
saying this season? Or are you saying this Madden?
Well, this Madden.
Oh shit. Okay. That's I got to think about that. I'll come back around. Let Cody go.
Okay.
Well, mine this season would be Roger for sure because he's the only one that really beat me really badly. And by really badly, I mean a couple of scores, but the game was a lot closer than the final. But he definitely was the best person I played. Uh,
Yeah.
Matt Tucker's not bad either. He's just I don't think he gets enough time on the game. He's just busy.
I would
But I played
say
Roger week 2, so
if we include labs, I would say Cody is the best right now.
Oh,
I
we
don't know
include
if
labs? Oh, that's different, bro. I didn't know
I
you.
said if. I said if. Because you guys are. I don't play you guys during the season for some reason ever.
yeah.
Um, but like my first season, Roger was I think the only guy to really beat me, and then I lost to Greg, and I wasn't impressed. It would have to be Roger in season. That's sad that we all said the same person was the best player we played during the season. But
Yeah.
Rogers the shit, man. Rogers the shit.
outside of that, like I think that you guys are actually more skilled than he is personally, just from labbing and from a nuanced perspective of like having to defend different stuff like shifts, motions, option
Yeah.
game, empty. It's harder for me to play you guys than it is him, but I just don't play you guys ever in the season.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you're adding in labs and just overall like that kind of experience, yeah, it got to be you or Cody for me as well. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously, me and Cody's gameplay is like damn near identical with a few wrinkles here and there that kind of like separates us in our gameplay or whatever. But I'm sure if I was to play Cody during the season or some shit, that should be a fucking tough ass game. And the same
I
with
think
you.
we did play season 1 or 2. I think it was 1. I think it was season 1 when
Hey,
you had the bad
I
season.
don't count. I don't count anything after. I don't count anything before last season. All right, so any B dot season before last season does not fucking count. I was running empty, no huddle. I was doing all kind of fuck shit. So anything, anything before last season do not count, bro.
Hey, you know what's
But
funny
yeah,
is
I did play
the
gym
the
last
reason
season.
why I think in the season most people will say like some of the same guys are good is because those are the guys that just play clean, like B Dot said. Like,
yeah,
bro, you just play clean, don't turn the ball over and punt it, and you will be fine.
yeah.
Like I would have
But see,
even won
that's
my last
we
game. I
say
gave up a
we
big
say
punt
that.
return.
We say that, but that's a really difficult thing to do. Like to really because in order to play clean, you have to play sound, and all your reads have to be together, and you have to be
Yep,
comfortable, and it's a
yep,
lot that goes into just playing clean. So I want to make sure people that might be listening to this, if they hear it afterwards, like we're not saying that's an easy thing. Like when I
oh
say
no, it's
Roger
hard as
plays
fuck.
clean, I'm like he plays fucking clean. Like he doesn't make
Yeah,
mistakes, and he knows what he's doing. And guys like yourself and Cody and myself, I think we all play clean. I think me, you, and Cody are probably like a lot more spicier than a
yeah,
Roger
yeah, yeah, yeah,
or a Jim or whomever.
for sure, for
Uh,
sure.
but all of us play really clean and smart, bro, and it's very, very difficult. Like for instance, and I'm not trying to throw nobody under the bus. I just like to make examples just to make my point. TM versus Cody last game, like he just started falling apart, and the game became unclean because every play just turned into a play action. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm just using him as an example. I know he think I'm always on his head about
Yeah,
shit. But it's like, bro, he played it clean like maybe first quarter, and then like when he started to get behind, his game just started to
just
unravel and
lost
became
it.
very
Yeah,
predictable. Like, and I think that happens often with a lot of guys. So I think like the elite guys play clean,
Yeah,
they play conservative,
yeah.
they take it when it's there, and
They
that's
stick to their
that's what makes
good.
it
stick to their
separate.
game
Like the
plan
boring
and set
stuff,
shit up.
like 2nd and 8, run the football, punt the ball,
Right,
have good
right,
field position, make a field
right.
goal, get a punt. Like, bruh, like if you play clean, it's very hard. It's very hard to lose the game if you don't turn the ball over.
And I got
Like,
to give Cody his credit for that, for telling me that, bro. Like 2 seasons ago, he was like, "Dude, you don't have no short game. Like, all
yeah,
your passes are like 15 yards or more, and you're waiting on routes to develop. You need to develop a short game, and that's a fact, bro. You got to have all aspects of the game like together to play solid and consistent like that.
you do.
Yeah,
And I think the most telling stat in terms of wins and losses is like turnover margin. So like you'll watch
Yeah,
the Super Bowl and you'll be like, this guy is plus 80 in plus 80 in possessions. Be like, what the fuck? Yeah.
right,
If you don't turn the ball over, you probably have if you win the turnover battle, you probably have like an 80% chance to win the game.
right. It's a fact.
oh yeah, that's
Just play
true.
That's an
clean and
absolute fact.
it's boring and it's not fun. I get it. And we don't play that much, but if you want to win games, just keep it simple.
Yeah, so right now the
Nah,
differential, the highest differential in the league is B Dot. He's got plus 14.
Damn.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you that defense, man.
Bro,
That
that's gonna win you
defense.
some. That's gonna win you a lot of games.
Yeah, man.
yeah,
I just gotta keep this shit going.
yeah. I think so. B Dot's 14, and then Cinco, the Broncos is plus 12. Misha's plus 10. The Browns guy you played B Dot is plus 8, but that's also a little mixed up with Jim, or yeah, Jim's first 3 or 4 games he was the Browns, and he switched to
Right,
the
right,
Giants. And then
right.
Roger is at 8 plus 8.
Let me ask a question real quick. I know, Cody, do you have any more topics real quick?
No, I don't think so. I was just going to touch on. I think that even though guys like Roger and Jim and Kia play more vanilla, I think that's one of their strong suits. I know that I struggle with people that play really vanilla but have crisp reads. That's like
Mm-hmm.
I would kind of rather play a B dot or a someone that is taking a lot of risk in their offense because
Yeah,
a
yeah, I
lot
see
of
what
the
you're saying.
time it's a high risk high reward offense. So like if I have a better defense than them, then I can sometimes force some turnovers or whatever. But with like people like Jim, Kia, and Roger, it's like if they're just coming out making their vanilla offense, but making the right reads, it's like it's really hard to stop. So
Yeah,
me
I
personally, I
agree with
struggle.
that.
I struggle more with those guys because they have a game plan. They stick to that game plan, and they're killers. They make you pay for anything. Because since I'm a
Yeah.
high risk, high reward guy, if I slip up, it's hard to come back from. You know what I mean?
Here's the only problem with what you said. You're not a high risk, high reward guy. Your reads are all crisp and clean, but you're given different looks, right? So
Yeah,
you don't have to line up in the same formation to be considered being crisp.
yeah.
Because for me, it's harder to defend someone that's giving me different looks and I have to adjust than someone that's lining up in the same damn formation all game.
Mm,
But
Yes,
I
you know
I
why?
think
Because
it's
you're
different for
a
everybody.
genius at adjusting, bro. Yeah,
I
it
think.
is. Because I was gonna say, bro, like, 'cause from our lab today, like defensively, I think you're probably the best defensive adjuster. So if you get a guy like Kia or Roger or Jim or those type of guys that kind of run like the same shit, you know, but a little bit of whatever, like a little bit of difference to it or whatever, you're able to pick up on it and adjust to it, you know. And then people like me, bro, like my defense is so simple and just straight to the point that if you find a flaw in my defense, you might be able to just keep finding that same flaw. You know what I'm saying? Because I probably
I
won't adjust as well as you
I
do.
think on that though,
So
Ron's offense for the first part of the year, I haven't watched his. He's on a bye week, so. But for the first part of the year, I feel like Ron's offense and Rogers' offense were very similar. They're both
Oh yeah,
like
we
a
run a lot of the same
yeah.
plays,
You and
bro.
Roger run a lot of
And
the same stuff.
that's it. It's so weird because I even messaged him after, well, like the game he played before B dot, and I was like, dude, I was like, I think he played Kia and he like crushed him, and I was like, dude, you're playing clean as hell right now, but we run a lot of the same shit, like a lot of the same concepts and all that, but
Yeah,
to
really, I
me,
didn't notice that.
yeah, yeah.
well, yeah, it's a lot of 12 personnel. It's a lot of the same flood, high low reads, check downs, and
The run game's
I don't know. It's
similar.
it's weird if you watch it. It's I watched him and I was like, damn, we run a lot of the same shit. But
Yeah, that's what I noticed when I watched you guys.
I think it's harder. I think it's harder to defend someone that's mixing it up more than someone that's being vanilla, personally. But to each
Yeah,
his own.
Yeah,
I know
it
they
their
just
is.
their reads
roll
may
me.
be a little bit crisper, but
Yeah, the reads are
the
crisp.
variety and how I line up and like if you're running 15 different formations on the first 15 plays, that's crazy. But if
Yeah,
you're in
Yeah,
spread 2 by 2 11 personnel for the first 15 plays, that's crazy. Like at least you can have the same reads and the same concepts, just mix them up a little bit, see how I line up, see where your hat advantages are, see
yeah,
how I adjust. That's the better way to do it to me personally.
yeah.
yeah.
Agreed,
It's
So
agreed.
hard. It's harder for me to defend you two than those guys. Like, and it's not even about my adjustments. It's just about I know how I'm gonna line up. I'm waiting for certain concepts if it's down in distance. So like, here's the issue. If I play Cody or Jim, I know if I line up double high, the run's coming. I can bait you into a blitz, a safety blitz. I know you guys are reading
Yeah,
pre-snap so much that even like RPOs, defenders like DCs, they will bait you into an RPO. They'll leave that
yeah,
number three on that trips open and then fly and crash down because they know you're gonna throw it. Because
yeah.
you guys are so smart
You
and
did
you read
that. You
pre-snap
did
a
that to me
little too
today.
well. Yep, exactly,
You
exactly.
did that shit to me today. That shit was
So
beautiful.
it's almost like when you think a lot and we start having a chess match, it's almost counterproductive to you sometimes, man.
Yeah, yeah. That's a
yeah,
fact. That's an absolute fact, bro.
I do find myself getting in trouble for coming out and changing my play just because of a pre-snap read, and then I'm like, shit, my original play call would have been better. But
Yeah, man.
due to a
But
pre-snap
see,
something, I'm
it
like, I checked to something else.
it's gonna take somebody, but it takes a brilliant mind like a Ron or somebody to know that, to even know that they can bait you like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you don't see it a lot. Like I don't see it a lot. Like especially like in those trips and shit where we like to run the bubble and different shit like that. I don't see. That's the first time I actually got baited like that. Like how Ron did me today in the lab. Like You're not gonna see that shit, bro. But when you get to that elite level, when the playoffs come around and you get to the SB or some shit, you're gonna see that shit, bro. And you gotta
It's
be ready
tough,
for that
man,
type of
because
he's
you
actually
you
helped me a
almost
lot.
can't even trust what pre-snap is against someone that's thinking that you're calling everything on pre-snap. That's when it
right.
becomes a chess match because then it's
Yeah.
compounded and it's layered because now you're thinking about my adjustment, I'm thinking about yours, I'm thinking
Yeah.
about what you're gonna do after the snap. That's when it becomes fun.
Yeah. I was gonna say that. That's when it's the most fun right there, bro.
So
Absolutely.
beat up brought up I think he was gonna make a post about it, but how like this year in this league has got him back more into like football and got him more into like wanting to coach and shit like that. Like you can talk on that beat up, but I think that's really a really dope like conversation.
Wait, say that again? I didn't hear you. My fault.
Like you were telling me that like this league this year has got you like re-energized and got like the itch of football back in to you know what
Oh
I'm saying?
yes, yes, absolutely, bro. Yeah, I was telling Cody like, my pops has been coaching for years, man. Since like 2006, he's been coaching high school football. But I do my rap shit and I got my family life. I kind of like tune football out outside of playing Madden, of course. But the way that we're playing it now, like the X's and O's, like I'm actually like more interested in. I've never been an X's and O's type of guy. I've never been a weight room type of guy. I've been a guy like I get on the field and just give me the fucking ball so I can score a touchdown, bro. Like that's how I've always been. But the way that we play in this game now and the X's and O's aspect of it, I'm fucking sitting down watching like hour-long tutorials on spread offense and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like back into football, and I was telling Cody like I want to fuck around and coach now. Like, I think I might try to help out my pops coach now, and it's because of the way that we're playing Madden now, bro. That's what
That's
makes it
so
so
dope.
dope. Like,
That's so dope,
it's
but what's more dope about it is that you would be such a good coach, bro. Like
I
yeah,
told
man.
him,
My
dude,
pops tells me
you'd
that.
be so good at it.
how
Like
many how many years ago did I tell you that beat up when I was like you should just
Yeah, that's a fact. You've
like
been
I
telling me
cause
that shit, dog.
cause beat up likes teaching and he likes
yeah,
teaching. He likes
he's
like
smart.
reading.
He can
He's
inspire
very
the
smart.
kids,
Yeah,
and he's gonna have buy-in on day one, and that's
yeah.
so dope, bro. Like, and that's one
Yeah,
of the
man.
things to where like I wish I would have gotten into it a little bit more earlier. You know what I'm saying? But I think you got time to do it. I would do it now, bro. Don't put it off. Like,
Yeah,
just get
man.
into it. You're gonna do a good job with that.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I'm still thinking about it, but if I do it, I'm gonna go all in, bro, for sure, for sure. I'm gonna go all in. So and my dad is actually leaving his high school that he's coaching right now, so he's trying to get a new gig. So I guess depending upon what new gig he gets, he'll probably bring me on. My pops think he's like an offensive guru though, so I probably have to be DC. So since he thinks he's like an old school offensive guru, I'll probably just be a DC, which is interesting, bro, because I'm not really a defensive guy, but I played a little bit of corner at O State. But
Yeah.
that'll be dope. That'll be dope to learn
I thought
defenses
you
and
were a
shit too.
corner in college, in high school, and all that.
Nah, bro, I played
He
like
You
was
were a
corner in
running
one
back.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was running back. Oh yeah, that's all I was, man. I played
you could
cornerback one game.
you
My
could
fault. Go
also
ahead.
go in as a position coach up front. You know what I mean? And just like be like the running back coach or be the
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm
He'll
saying?
probably have me doing both. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
he'll
But
probably
see,
be short
but
staffed. He's always been short staffed, so he'll probably have me doing both.
see,
true.
the thing is I've done like I was gonna do that at North Gwinnett and South Gwinnett when I first moved out here. You have to realize, and B Dot knows this because his dad is a coach. Well, it may be different in the South, but you don't coach football, especially in high school, to coach football. You coach it to be around kids,
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
you're
man.
around them
Facts.
all day, and
Yeah.
it's a year-round thing in the South, and I didn't realize that. I was like, I'm gonna be out there calling plays, and nigga, no, you're not. You're gonna be around kids all day. That's what, like, you're more a teacher than a coach
Yeah.
until
No.
you get to
Yeah.
that level.
In
You
the
know what I'm
South, I
saying?
You know,
don't know
you
how
know,
it is
even
in the West, but in
hey,
the
look,
South you have to be a teacher.
Oh yeah,
hey,
for
and look,
sure,
it even goes a step further than that. Not only are you a coach and a teacher, you become some of these children's or some of these kids' father figure, bro. Like
for sure,
my
yeah.
dad has sent me text messages where like kids come to him like for all kind of shit like he's their father, bro. Like one of his kids, this blew my mind, bro. One of his kids didn't even feel comfortable telling their own mother that they got a STD, dog. So
Yeah.
he hit up my dad, like he hit up like Coach B, like What do I do, man? I got an STD. I don't know what to do. You know, my dad picked him up and took him to the clinic and did all that shit with him. And it's like,
That's crazy,
that shit's
man.
crazy, bro. Like, it's a whole
Like,
new level of like,
if you want to get into calling plays and coaching football, then you better get into it at a high level starting out. Because if you
yeah,
get
man,
into
that's
it
a
at the
fact.
level realistically you'll get in, you're basically a teacher that
Yeah,
wants
that's
to
a
be around
fact.
kids.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna work a lot, and you're gonna be, like you said, a father figure. That's it.
Yeah.
That was the
yeah.
difference that made me like, this is not what I thought it was gonna be.
Right. He was like, hold on. I
I
didn't
thought I was
sign
gonna
up
be
for all
playing
this.
Madden with these kids. Hell no. You ain't playing no Madden with these kids.
That's funny.
You
That's
playing
funny.
life. You
You
playing
playing
life with
life.
these
You
kids.
playing life with these kids.
You're playing
That's
Sims,
a
and
fact.
you're playing the Sims, and then like on Friday nights you get to play a little bit of Madden.
Right.
That's a fact, bro.
You're playing Sims.
That's just the reality of it, bro. Like, nobody is a football genius out here, bro.
I mean,
Like,
I like the whole teaching things. I've done a little bit of like I guess observation in classrooms and shit so far. So I like the whole teaching thing and like really getting kids engaged. So even in the classroom, so I think I'm gonna enjoy that. And I told B-Dot like years ago, bro. I was like, dude, like you love like reading, like be a literature like professor or
yeah,
be a
for
literature high
sure.
school
Yeah.
teacher or a history teacher, and
And take the
like
summers off, man.
yeah, take the summers off.
Yeah, that's my next move, man. That's my next move. You know, I was telling my wife about this shit. I'm in a fucked up position, and not to like get all off track. I know we talking about Madden and shit. Now we talking about real life, but I just want to say this real quick because y'all my bros. I'm in a fucked up position of having this talent as a rapper because if I didn't, it would make other decisions way easier to just commit to, you know? And since I have like this talent as a rapper and I have some, some notoriety and some little fame, um,
Yeah,
it makes me, I'm in like a little pickle. Like, what
yeah,
do I do? What do I give 100% to? So if this rap shit is not made for me and this deal I have and everything, if that doesn't work out, then yeah, I'm definitely gonna give like going back to school and getting some type of degree and being a teacher and a coach. I'm gonna give that like 120% because that's my last skill set that I would have left. So
for sure. But at the same time, those are good problems to have. You got options, bro. So don't ever look at it like it's hindering you. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that's
That's
true.
that's a that's a blessing at the end of the day, because you have options and you can kind of see how this pans out, and not, it would be dumb to just quit what you feel like you're talented at, which I don't think
The
anybody
hard
would
thing
say
with
you can't
options,
rap.
though, I mean, tell me how you guys feel. I might be wrong about this, but for me personally, the hard thing with options is the fact that I have options because I don't commit to one. You know what I'm saying? And it's like if I commit to one or give one 100%, then maybe the outcome will be different. I know I'm getting way off track, and I'm
But
like,
you are
fucking.
committed to one right now. You're committed to rap. You're
That's
doing it
true.
one at a
That's true.
time. You're just doing it in the right sequence. That's all it is. And you're
yeah.
Yeah,
doing
that's
it in
true.
the sequence that makes sense.
Like I told
Yeah.
you, I think you got to
You're
see
not
where this
teaching
goes.
and rapping and playing football and,
Yeah,
doing other shit. You're doing it in the sequence that makes sense.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
yeah. Like I told you, I was like, I think that you should go as far as this light should go. Like if this doesn't pan out, like you were talking about, you know what I'm saying, then yeah, then you start looking at your other options. But for now, just go all in on this. You know what I'm saying? At least at
Yeah.
the end of the day, you can say you left it all out there. You tried your best. You went for it. You know what I'm saying?
And you have to think of the
Yeah,
flip
that's
side
true.
is if you didn't have options, and there's someone working at Walgreens right now that doesn't have any options.
Yeah.
You're talented enough to have options, bro. That's a blessing in itself.
Yeah.
You rap
Yeah,
so
that's
good
true.
that
That's
you
true.
cannot just abandon it just yet because you're so talented at it.
How is
So
Thanks, bro.
do it in the right order and just
yeah
keep doing what you're doing. That's it.
Yeah, I
yeah
appreciate that, bro. That's
yeah
real
I
shit. I
agree.
appreciate that.
I agree.
All
Well,
right,
I'm
back to
good
the
on the
league
topic.
shit. Sorry, y'all.
I think this show is fire. Personally, we
Hey,
touched on
let's.
everything, bruh. We touched on coaching.
Let's spice
Life,
it up. Let's
Madden.
spice it up real quick before
Let's
we
talk
get
some
out of
shit
here.
real quick. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
talk some shit before we go.
who's making the playoffs? Who's going to the SB? What are the upsets? What are we thinking there?
Alright, so right now, somebody's all tail is going off on. Somebody's Boost Mobile's going off. Someone's
Somebody's
chirping.
sidekick went crazy.
Dude, sidekicks. That shit was hilarious. The sidekick
My fault.
phenomenon.
That was my joint.
I used to love that phone, bro. Damn.
That's that Android ringtone, man.
Here's my
It ain't.
prediction. Here's my prediction.
So I'm showing the standings right now on the stream.
I think, bruh, this is gonna sound like I'm dick riding right now, bro. I can't even say nothing about y'all because we on the stream. It's gonna seem like we in Kumbaya, but I'm dead serious. I think that the way B Dot played in our lab and the way he played in that stream, I think he's gonna make a strong run. I think Greg adjusted really well to the rule set changes. It almost made him better, bro. Like without all the condensed shit, he was harder to defend. Greg is gonna be tough.
Roger, of course,
I think dope.
in the
Roger,
AFC.
of course, but
So let's talk about the AFC first, and then we can move on to NFC. But the AFC's tough because you got Greg,
the AFC,
7-0.
is crazy.
You got
Greg is really good. Greg is really good, dude. I'll say that.
I don't know what this Browns guy's gonna be like. He's 6-0 right now, but like I said, 3 or 4 of those games were Jim. So, and then you got Roger, who's 6-1. He's the Bills. He's 5-2 right now. Which he's right now it has him ranked 11th in the AFC, but he's actually ranked, I think. Oh no, not 11th. 1, 2. So I think he's 6th. I think he's 6th in the AFC
people that I've been
now.
impressed with are Greg, B. Jim, you.
I think Cinco in the AFC is gonna be a one to look for too.
Who beat the shit out of TB last night?
Cinco, the Broncos.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Cinco, yeah, that was a good look right there. He beat the shit out of that boy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
those are the people I have making a run at the end.
Kyle maybe said that Jim was 5-0. Oh no, 5. No, he wasn't. That wasn't 5. That was Jim. Because they're only 6-0 now, so I think it was like 4 of them were Jim, and then I know this Browns guy beat B Dot, and he beat someone else. So he's got 2 wins. But yeah, so the AFC I think is gonna be Cinco, Greg, Roger, and B Dot. I think.
Damn, that's loaded, bro. That's a loaded.
I think those are the ones to watch in the AFC. Of course, you still got TB who could make a run at any point with that roster, and
TB
then
gets no respect ever.
and then you have, I mean, you still have like Damian. He could make a run. Who knows? I mean, even Dominic right now, he's 5-2. That AFC West, man, that shit is looking tough. The AFC West is looking crazy.
The NFC is still better than the AFC though.
Oh,
Stop it!
shit.
Stop it!
I waited until you got back on to tell you that.
Hey, hold on. You said the AFC West is dope.
Yeah,
AFC West.
Yeah, because they got Greg. They have Cinco, the 6. He just beat TB last night, and they also have 5-2 Raiders, which is Dominic.
The Raiders is Dominique, right?
Yeah, he started off pretty good this year.
Is it Dominic or Dominique? Which one?
I think it's
Dominic. Dominic is dope. He's always been dope at Madden, bro. He just never got over the hump, but he's always been good.
Yeah, he's always been solid, like really solid.
The AFC is loaded for real.
And then
AFC is crazy, bro. Fucking
the AFC is crazy. Hey, I was trolling earlier. I was trolling earlier, bro. The AFC is definitely doper than the NFC right now.
Can you imagine if Kia, like, I don't know what the deal is over there with the Titans, but if he gets rolling, the AFC South is going to have Greg, TB, and Kia. If
No,
in
not
Kia's
Greg. Not
rolling,
Greg. It's gonna have
who's the
Roger.
Colts? I
Roger.
mean Roger. My fault.
Yeah, Roger,
Roger the Colts.
TB, Kia. Who else is in the? Oh, and it's shit, and Matt Tucker. Matt Tucker's pretty good too. He's just in a very tough division. Any other
That's
division,
crazy.
Matt would be near the
The A-
top.
the AFC is crazy. I'm glad y'all moved Jim over to
The
the
NFC.
NFC,
Yeah. So
or else
Jim,
it would be just me and
Who's
yeah,
you.
who's the Steelers owner?
Misha.
Oh, how's he? I never played him. I've never seen him play
I
or
I
anything.
I haven't played him. He looks good. Like he's been getting really quality wins. We can go look at his schedule real quick, but he's had some
Hey, hold
quality
on one
wins
sec,
this
guys. All
season.
right, give me like a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah, no worries.
All right.
Maybe you don't hold it down. So this season, let's go look at his schedule. Um, this season he's beat. Trying to go through like good people he's beat. He beat. I think he beat Jim. He beat Jim week 3. When Jim was the Browns, I believe. Uh,
Mm.
oh no, he lost. My bad. He lost 28-3 to him. My bad. So never mind. That's not a quality win. He did beat Matt Tucker 58-20. Oh no, he didn't. Another horse win. It's just all over the place here. So yeah, he hasn't really had any quality wins. Never mind. Scratch that. Not really any quality wins yet. Over He had one over Kyle, but Kyle just started playing, so he had one over Larry. Yeah, I don't think he's had any like top tier wins yet, if that makes sense.
Dog, I'm going through the NFC right now. Oh my god, bro.
What are you
Dog,
talking about? The NFC's dope.
if if you and Ron are not in the NFC Championship, dog, I
But you
am going
still got
to.
you still have Jim Jupiter too, which he's the Giants. He's 5-2. And then you have Kevin Bradley. Kevin Bradley always makes it deep into playoffs.
Yeah, Kev is dope.
So you got Kev, Ron, Jim, me. Uh, I mean TM may still make it. He's 5-3 right now. Um, but yeah, after that, I mean it's a huge drop off right now for the wins losses anyways currently. But I think what you're gonna see in the NFC is I think you're gonna see me. I think you're gonna see Jim. Gonna see Ron, and you're gonna see Kevin Bradley. And then everything else will have to figure itself out. So either it's gonna be the Buccaneers, the Redskins, or the Saints, which is
Buccaneers.
which is Nathaniel. Nathaniel's good, man. I don't know what I don't know if he just doesn't have time, just or what's going on. But Nate's usually pretty good. So
Yeah, it's hard to judge that kind of stuff because I feel like I'm one of those guys I'm like a Dominic or a Nate. You know, I'm in that same caliber in terms of like always been solid and then has the potential to like be great. And it's just
yeah,
about like finding an identity or having having the time to put into the game. So maybe
yeah.
Nathaniel just doesn't
So I
have the
mean,
time right now.
Nathaniel won like won Super Bowls back in MLG. So
Yeah, Nathaniel was the
he
shit for sure, for
yeah, so
sure.
he's solid for sure. And then even Dorian. I mean, Dorian was good for a while, but he's kind of fell off. But I know that's a time thing because he's traveling all over the place right now. But
What's so funny about B Dot is when people play him, they think his game is quirky. It's not. It's actually smart. They think
yeah,
they're not used to it. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like they don't know what's going on. You're getting out spiced, bro. That's got
Yeah,
him
for
coach
real.
101 right there. That's got him coach 101. Intro course,
another
like
another thing I need to credit to Cody though, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Like Cody put that spice rack on the shelf. Like, yo, try these shifts. And I think I just take shit, I borrow shit, and then I find shit that works for me. And then
yeah, yeah,
I think I think I've gotten good at calling games really good. You know, I think that's
yeah,
what
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
sets me apart.
Call
Like
a
I like
clean game,
fluidity.
bro. Make it
Yeah.
boring. One of the things I said in my stream was it's hard to make the game boring when you play once every 3 days. because you want to get your bars off. So you're
Yeah.
it's
Ron,
very
sounds like
easy
you're far away from
trying
the
to
mic, bro.
show out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Yo.
can hear
Yeah, I
you.
can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you
All
now.
right. It's very hard to play clean and boring when you play once every 3 days because you want to get your bars off.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
fact.
So, Beta,
That's a
I
fact.
want to argue with you real quick.
Let's do it.
I think your AFC argument is a little invalid. Only because
Okay.
so I'm going through the NFC and I'm going through the AFC, right? So you got the
Yeah.
Chargers, that's 1. You got the Colts, that's
Okay.
2. You got the Broncos, that's 3. And then you got yourself, that's 4.
The Browns. You got the Browns. They 6-0.
Yeah, but they haven't played, he's only played 2 games in the league. This is his first CFM ever, so I don't see him continuing because Jim Jupiter got him to 4-0. You see what I'm saying? So he's only won 2 games.
Jim is scary to play, dude.
Hey, hold on. You didn't mention the Raiders or the Jaguars?
Okay,
And hold on.
I think that's second tier.
What I'm saying is that
AFC.
I'm saying okay, is the argument that the top tier of the NFC is better than the top tier of the AFC? Period?
No, I'm saying they're very comparable. Very comparable.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm saying we're deeper.
Top 4 in the NFC is this pretty much the same, maybe even better, or maybe even a little worse than the top of the AFC.
Stop it.
The top
Stop
4.
it. Okay. This is
4.
what we're gonna do, bro. This is what we're gonna do.
First of all, y'all gonna stop disrespecting TB like that. TB been putting in work
That's what I'm
for a long
saying.
time.
That's what I'm saying,
He's
bro.
4-3
Like
right now.
TB
He's
is
4-3 though.
Okay, look, this is what we're gonna do. So when I go over to the NFC standings right now, of course, Ron is 6-1, right? So Ron is comparable to our fuck it.
Greg.
Let's say Greg. Greg just beat him. So Ron is comparable to our Greg. I don't really think so in terms of like real skill set ability and like real like football knowledge, but Madden wise, and the record shows that's those two are comparable. Cool.
For sure.
So then you got the Buccaneers sitting at 5-3, right? My guy, Roger will fucking blow him out the water, bro. That's not even.
No, he won't. No,
Yes, he will. Yes, he will, bro. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why.
Wait.
Let me speak my piece real quick.
Team and TB are disrespected so bad.
I'm gonna be short and sweet. You know, and this goes back to a point that we were just talking about. The reason why Roger will fucking whoop TM's ass is because TM will make too many mistakes and Roger won't. Period.
Very true.
He might be more spicy and all that other bullshit, but
So
he's gonna throw more picks and he's gonna cause more fumbles. Now let's keep going.
No, beat up. The Buccaneers aren't in the top. Those are wrong. So he's 5-3. So look at the better records. Compare Kevin Bradley maybe to him, or Jim Jupiter to him, because Jim only had. I don't think Jim's lost a game since he come to the NFC. So
TM gets disrespected more than anybody. We have to give him props because he's adjusted.
You know why?
And he's playing good ball.
He's had a long history of being treated ash. So I think when you have a history of being trash, bro, your reputation precedes you. I'm sorry, bro. Like it has to. But
Call
look,
a spade a spade. I got you.
Calling a spade a spade. But okay, we'll do it your way, Cody. So let's go Jim Jupiter and Roger. So that's a wash then, right?
That's a wash. That's a wash.
I would edge Roger. But okay, cool. That's a wash.
I would edge Jim, but
didn't they play last year? They played in the playoffs last year, right?
And Jim won.
Oh, okay. Well, if Jim won, then Jim gets the edge. I'll be fair. So Jim gets the edge there. So that's 1-1. We have Greg with the edge over Ron, and we'll give you Jim with the slight edge over Roger. So if we continue, then we get to you, right? We get to the Falcons, 5-2. What I would probably do there is that has to be me. That probably has to be me, and that's a tough one to call, bro. I think that obviously it's a toss up. Obviously, you've been better than me each season this year. But I
Yeah.
just think the way that I'm playing now, man, we would have a good ass game. I'll probably get you by like 3. I'll probably get you by
By
3.
3? You said you would
Yeah,
give
I
me
think
by
I get
3?
you by 3.
I'll
I get you
probably
by
get
3.
you by
Dog,
Yo,
I got the number one defense in the league, bro. I
hey,
have the number one defense in the league by far
I know, but
statistically.
I have a top 5 defense in the league. But uh, I'm, you're not counting season 1, but I did beat you 37-22 season 1. I'm not bringing that up for any reason.
I
But
thought. Hold on, though. I thought we agreed. We don't count B dot seasons prior to the last one, bro. We just agreed to that. Hold on. My queen is calling me. One second.
First of
yeah,
all, we gonna give Greg the edge. I get it. He just beat me, but these are all toss. So if it's debatable,
that's what I'm
then
saying. It's debatable. That
this
was my
isn't
point.
even a
That's
conversation.
that was my point. It's debatable. Like B Dot was acting like on the
Yeah.
wall that it's not debatable, but it's debatable. TB does have a good point. He's had a terrible schedule for the first half of this for the first half of this season so far. I'll go look at his schedule right now, but he's played Roger I think twice. He's played his schedule's been crazy. Let me go look at the Jaguars schedule and I'll tell you. So I think Terrence is I think T Blair is still really good. Let's see. He lost to Greg, 34 to 31. So he only lost by 3 points to Greg.
Yeah, but
And then he lost by a lot to
All right,
Roger.
I'm back. My fault.
And then he lost by a
So
lot
yeah.
to Cinco. So
So hold on, Cody. Hold on, 1 second, bro. 1 second.
let him get his bars
Way
off.
like that. You're not about to get away like that, dog.
what are you
So
talking about? You talking about the 30
I'll
something, the
admit.
20 something loss?
Hey, good shit. I'll admit though. I keep it a buck. When Madden first comes out, for some reason, it takes me a while to fucking get good. I mean, we've seen this every fucking Madden. Hence the reason why when I did win my Super Bowl, it was in fucking July. So
He
what
was
I'm
in the
saying to
CFM
you
by
is,
himself, guys.
yeah, pretty much.
I'm just
So,
kidding.
but right,
I'm
but
just
right
kidding,
now
bro.
though, right now, if you ask the last 2 people I played, if you ask Roger and ask Ron, the type of ball that I'm playing right now,
He's playing
they're
good
gonna
ball
tell
right
you,
now.
they're gonna say I'm playing good ball, bro. And I gotta give you a lot of credit, like no doubt, you've steered me in the right direction. But now that I got my fucking hands on the wheel, dog,
So
you
you
don't
think
want no parts, bro. I'm telling you, I'll get you by 3 or 7 for sure,
you
bro.
think
I would get
the
you by
B
3 or 7 for sure.
B dot. You don't start out the year because you need time to adjust to the game. You're doing other shit.
No, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Yeah, I'm doing other shit, bro. But I love this fucking game, and I really try. I'm not about to sit here in front like, oh, I'll be busy and I don't be. No, I'll be up sometime 2 o'clock in the morning when this shit first come out, like trying to get good. So I'm gonna keep it a buck. I learned from you guys first. Like the game comes out, bro, and you and Cody are so fucking good already. I'm like talking to y'all and trying to learn from y'all. And then I get my little identity, and then I start getting good like around this time, like January, February, March. That's usually how it goes, bro. So I'm saying right now, where I'm at, Cody, and so Ron should call this one if he's going to be unbiased. I know he's NFC,
I'll be
but
unbiased. I'll be
if he's going to
unbiased.
be unbiased, Ron should tell you, Cody, beat out to get you right now, dog.
Wait. Hold up. I didn't say Cody
yeah,
wasn't playing good ball. I
yeah.
said you was
I
playing
know
good
he
ball. I
is,
didn't.
he is,
Cody Cody always
but
playing good ball.
I would edge him though. I would edge him though, bro, and you know it. Don't be biased. Be real. You played him. You played me. You watch his streams. You watch my
He's only
stream.
played me in labs.
Hey, Lab is a low key game. Don't act like you don't be trying, dog. Lab is a game. Lab is a game.
No,
You might be
no.
overly
Me
using the
and
same
Ron's
concepts.
labs consist of like 40 pass attempts and 0 rushing attempts. So
Oh, okay. Well, then that's different. But still,
Well,
well,
I'll say
watching your
this. I'll say
stream.
this. B dot. It doesn't even matter because it's debatable. So the issue is the top four is debatable. After that, the AFC is clearly deeper.
yeah,
But
no, yeah, I
Yeah.
but
don't think
how many
it's.
teams? How many teams are going to contend anyway?
Hmm.
Well, what I'm saying is, as AFC guys, we have to see each other more. So
True.
our road to the playoffs and our road through the playoffs is tougher than you
It's
guys. Is
less.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys are the Eastern Conference,
I'm
bro. That's
sorry.
what it is.
I gotta correct something. We can't not shit on TB. We cannot shit on this man. So
Thank you, bro. That's what I'm
week
telling
one,
you.
week one he played Kia. He beat him. Week two he played Matt. He beat him. Week three he played Greg. He lost by 3. Week 4, he played Damian, and he lost, or he won pretty big, 34-14.
Hey, and don't
Week
sleep
5,
on Damian neither.
I know. I'm not. Week 5, he lost to Roger, 34-3.
beat out with Helen Keller.
Whoa. Hold on. Roger whooped TB's ass. What was the score?
34-3.
God damn it. Okay, I don't know.
And then he
I don't
beat
know
Kia.
about that one, bro.
He beat Kia again, 17-3, and then he just lost to the Broncos, 56-21.
Okay, let's keep it a whole buck. I'm gonna keep it a whole buck right here. I love you, Kia. I love watching your films, bro, and I love your knowledge of the game. I don't know though, doggy. It's looking a little shaky in terms of like really. It's looking shaky, baby. I don't know if we should. I don't know if Kia has earned
I don't know
that
how much
type of
merit you would
just.
put. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's the shit when you watch his streams and when he plays in other leagues. But I mean, the Titans are not that bad. Like I think the Titans are a better team than the Bills, personnel wise. So
It's not even about that with Kia. The appeal of Kia and why you want to bring him up and why he gets brought up so much is because he plays clean. He plays sim, and you don't have to worry
no,
about
I'm saying, when we just talked about TB beating him, I'm keeping it a buck. Even though Kia is AFC, I'm saying, how much credit do you get for beating Kia nowadays?
But I'm saying, if I finish, he is not that good in our league.
Right.
He is not like in our league. He is not that clean. Like we have some beasts over here, bro. And the way that we play and with our rule set, I'm not saying he's not a good player. Kia, you are really good. But
no,
what I'm saying is
he's really good. He knows
really
his shit. Yeah.
What I'm saying is that he's not one of those guys that's brought up in this particular debate. You know what I'm saying? Like
I was piggybacking off of Cody giving TB extra credit because he said he mentioned how he beat Kia twice, and I just wanted to interject and say, let's not give him those wins. Give him the wins that are really worth something. You know what I mean? Don't give him. And I want to be unbiased in proving my point that the AFC is stronger. I just want to be a little unbiased here and make sure that I
Cody,
say that.
Real quick, I don't know how much longer you want to keep this rolling, but what would make this shit fire is if you let one person in this chat, TB, TM.
TB just asked me to invite him to the chat. They can't hear you right now. Hold on. Now they can hear you. I had to send them an invite to the party chat, so they couldn't hear you while you were just talking. But he is in now. What's up, TB?
I got about 10 more minutes. Let's get him in, and I gotta go.
He's in.
TB, what's up, bro?
Not much, man. Chilling.
Bro, I told him not to disrespect
TB,
you.
are you good or not, bro?
I'm good, bro. I just don't know what I do. I work like.
Hey, no. Are you great? Are you great or good?
Nah, bro, I'm great, bro. Just give me time to get back on the game, bro. Like I don't touch this shit literally unless I'm here to play my league game. Like I don't lab, you know. I don't play the game, bro. Like I literally don't play Madden unless it's play my league game. That's it.
We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that, bro. We don't want to hear that.
Nah. I mean, hey, bro. For a guy that don't lab, bro, like y'all said, I didn't get my ass beat by Roger.
Okay, so
watch that fucking game.
That's more of a problem for me. Then I'm gonna be honest with you. So basically you just pick up the game and you do what works because if you're not
wait, bro. I'm gonna go and dead that shit right there. Don't put me that do what work shit category.
Okay, so explain how you just pick up the game and beat guys who know football and watch film and just. So you just trying to say like you're just that good or what?
I stick to what I do for me, bro. I'm a power runner, you know, and I play good defense. I mean, against Roger, I didn't get my ass beat. Roger offense was shut down the entire game. He scored a fucking late touchdown on offense with a streak to run a score up. He didn't score on offense all game. He had like 2 or 3 pick sixes or like a fumble 6. The dude put up maybe total game, bro. Roger put up 206 yards offense.
Yo, I would definitely give you your credit. I I
I had
think
5 turnovers
maybe
that game. That's why I lost the game. 5
out of me,
turnovers. See the
you,
game right
and
there.
maybe who else has a great defense? I don't know. I definitely think you have one of the better defenses of the league, if not the best defense. I'll give you that, bro. You're
Now versus
pretty damn.
now versus Cinco, hey, I just played terrible. I'm not gonna sit there and yeah, I played all for shit. There ain't no way to cut that shit. And against Roger, I played a great
You
game,
said
and
you
then
said why you gotta, bro? You said you had no sleep.
bro, I don't,
It's
bro.
a
Like,
video game.
yeah, at the same time, but I don't play
You
this
sitting in
shit, bro.
front of your
Like,
TV. You was tired.
nah, bro. I mean, I probably should have played today or tomorrow, bro. But I told myself I'm gonna get knocked out the way so I can
so
enjoy
so
my
do you
days
You
think?
off.
need
So
you
do
need
you
a
think that they're
GNC
gonna go
shake to play.
far?
Do you need a GNC shake to play before your games? Yes or
Nah,
no?
bro. I mean, dog. If I'm not mentally invested, like right now, bro, like I literally came from work, putting up, a 12-hour shift, bro, selling cable, talking on the phone for 12 hours. Nigga, Madden's the last thing on my fucking mind, bro. Madden's the game
Hey
I'm thinking.
TB,
If you're not mentally,
what's
bro,
what's the better conference, AFC or NFC?
man, AFC, bro, ain't no fucking doubt about that shit.
Can you say
Do you
why?
need
Can
a
you
do
explain
you
to them
need a
why?
pre-workout to play before your games? Yes or no?
Nah, bro, I just gotta be mentally focused on Madden. That's in my games.
Hey, break down why the AFC is better than the NFC in your opinion.
Hey, B-Dot, get
All
the
right, man.
fuck out of here, bro.
No, I
B-Dot,
just, I
that's
just
nigga
want,
Somebody, somebody mute this man.
I just want to, I want to hear what he's saying.
B-Dot is a
No,
fire
no,
interviewer.
TB, I'm on your side, bro.
Nah,
This is
bro. So
AFC.
look,
This is AFC,
so
dog. What
I
you
mean,
talking
so look,
about?
I'm all right. So take myself out the equation. You got guys like Greg, Roger. I mean, those two guys alone, bro. I mean, they've literally run shop over the entire league. The first 2 or 3
Hey,
seasons.
is Roger and Greg better than Ron and Cody?
I mean, if you're looking at resume this Madden, yes.
For sure, yeah. I would agree.
Like,
Woo!
like,
They
I
are.
mean,
They
they won.
are this
They
year.
both have a
like,
Super Bowl.
like,
But I was
So.
gone for a year,
yeah.
but
I
all
mean,
good.
like hands down this Madden, bro. I mean, like Greg hasn't lost a game in almost 2 seasons. I mean, I think Greg has like 1 loss in 2 seasons.
Greg,
Yeah.
Greg has a loss coming up. You know you about to play the Bills, right?
Well, hey, bro, go ahead and get that fucking W.
You know it. You know it.
Yo, yeah. If you beat
And then, I mean,
so
right now, I mean,
beat up,
and then
if you beat
Cinco
Greg, I
walked into
will
a
be
good situation as
very,
well.
very, very impressed.
Wait, Cody. You don't think I'm gonna beat Greg?
I'm saying
Bro,
if you do beat Greg,
Greg is
That's
very
not-
beatable, bro.
That's not what I
Bro,
asked you,
Greg is
bro.
beatable.
You said
Greg,
if
Greg
you
is
do.
very beatable.
okay.
He just does
Listen
not.
to me. Listen to me.
Greg is very, very,
My
very
only
beatable.
doubt is your losses to Damien and your loss to the Browns, the guy that's been playing CFM for 2 weeks.
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
It's Madden, though, bro.
that's the
Hold
only
on, hold
thing
on,
that.
hold on. I lost. You know, both of my losses are 6 points or less. You know that, right?
Uh-huh.
So basically, that's a play. Like I was a play away from winning both of those games.
I got
So
you,
I
bro.
really I'm a play away from being undefeated, fam.
I got you. I
Well,
got
you're
you.
2 plays away from being undefeated, but you still lost the games.
Well, yeah, man.
That's
but
a
like,
fact.
I mean,
That's a fact. That is a fact.
speak on
So,
Greg. I mean,
what I'm-
Greg is definitely beatable. It just,
Just-
he gets, he gets some lucky bounces his way. I mean, and he capitalizes. Like he makes minimal mistakes, bro. Like,
Yo, what I'm
But
saying though,
Greg,
B-Dog.
Greg is only real quick. Greg is only one game in from the bunch bans, so I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced, bro.
B-Dog.
That's
If
a
you
I'm
great
watch,
saying-
point,
if,
B-Dot.
if you watch all
Great
his games,
point.
bro, I went back and I watched all his games before the one with Ron because I couldn't watch it because Ron was playing Nipsey Hussle at a obnoxious volume level. So this shit got blocked by Universal Music Group. So, but if you watch Greg shit, man, it was like 80% compressed sets, bro. And so I'm not convinced.
a lot
I'm
of
not
toss
convinced.
and shit, toss and sweep.
Yeah, I'm not convinced, bro. I'm not convinced, and not against my number one defense in the league. I'm not convinced.
And I called a shitty game on offense, bro. But I missed so many throws. Did y'all watch that shit? Bruh,
did.
I mean,
I
well, I won't say
cannot.
even throws, bro. I mean, it's passed on this, though, bro.
Well,
I
we
mean,
can't watch
your
it,
QB rating
Ron.
gonna
So
fuck you up
I
sometimes.
know. But if they watched it live, they could see it. Cody,
yeah,
don't be an asshole. And he already said, I learned my lesson. I cannot play Nipsey Hussle before the game to get amped up. I know.
I
not
watched it
on the
live
stream.
though. I
Not
watched
on
it
the
live,
stream.
bro. It was some bullshit.
Yo, all I'm saying, B-Dot, is if you do, after beating Roger, if you come back and beat the #1 team in the AFC and the defending
well,
Super Bowl
yeah.
champions, I will say you
gonna
have
crown me?
arrived. Yeah, I'll say you have arrived, and you are the best in the league currently. If you beat those two back to back.
I bet. All right,
If you
all
beat
right,
those
all right. So
two
look,
back to
so
back.
after I beat Greg, are you gonna make? Can you make a write up?
Yeah, I'll do it right up.
I need like 3 paragraphs.
I got you, bro.
I need no less than 3 paragraphs.
I
All right,
got
that's
you,
the deal.
bro.
Y'all heard it. Everybody heard it, right?
Yeah, they heard it live.
All right, good.
If you beat Greg, like, pretty convincingly, like you did Roger.
Oh, now I gotta beat him convincingly. What if I just
Wait,
beat him
hold
by
on,
3?
hold
Hey,
on.
bro.
No,
a
I'm
W is a
saying-
W, bro.
No,
It's just-
if you beat him, I will say you have arrived because you just beat Roger, won Super Bowl I, and then you just beat Greg, who won Super Bowl II.
Roger. He outsmarted
dominated.
Roger. I don't need to even see anything else. And
I
that's
fucked
what I'm
Roger
saying. He's
up,
playing
bro.
clean. He fucked Roger up, bro.
Okay,
I
but,
fuck Roger
but
up.
listen,
I'm not
hear
even-
me
I'm
out,
not
hear
even
me
gonna
out,
lie.
hear me out. So Roger won Super Bowl I, right?
Yes.
Greg won Super Bowl II, right?
Yes.
And you're playing both of them back to back, right?
So look,
So-
let's do this. After I beat Greg, let's just start the next season and just call that the Super Bowl, and I like just give it to me.
I
right
don't
there.
think that's how it works.
All right,
But I will say you're #1 in the power rankings for the league.
Hey,
all I
real
want is a
quick.
write up, bro. All I want is a write up. That's all I want.
Real quick.
You'll get a
TB,
write
why
up.
do you
Play this
think-
year?
TB, why do you think you're so disrespected?
I don't know, bro. I really don't give a fuck. You know,
I'ma tell you
do
why.
my thing,
I don't know who
and
disrespects
I'ma tell you
give my
why,
W
TB.
Who
regardless.
disrespects him?
I got the answer for that. I have the answer for that. Prior to this ban and these compressed sets and the way that we play now, your resume was always like quirky, like Madden bullshit, bro. And I'm just keeping it
Like
back with
what?
you, bro.
I mean, what? Explain. Like what? I mean, like what's quirky about me running the ball, bro? Like I've always
No.
been one of the better
Your
runners in
resume.
there.
Nah, man. We've been playing Madden together for a good 5, 6, 7 years. Nah, bro.
For sure.
You was doing a lot of quirky shit that aggravated and irritated people, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest. And it was so every time somebody had to play you, they knew like, okay, he's gonna be doing that Madden bullshit. He's gonna be doing all kind of quirky, like on defense, bro. Like Madden, like 14, 15, and 16 in those years, and Madden 25. You used to do shit on defense where like you would have guys manned up like across the fucking field and doing all kind of quirky
never.
shit, bro.
I've-
You did, bro.
I've never crossed.
You did,
man, bro.
fam.
So
No,
listen,
fam.
guys. Listen,
I'll
I
be
think
like in zone, and then I'll have a nickel guy manned up against the slot cornerback. But I've never like had a safety covering a fucking wide receiver on the other side of the field, bro. I've never done that type of shit.
So hear me out. I think TB, the reason TB gets a bad rap is because every Madden, he always gets a 99 overall team, except this Madden. So every Madden before
Yeah,
this,
there you go.
every
Another good
Madden
point.
before this,
But how?
every Madden
Wait,
before
wait,
this,
wait,
he's had
wait.
the best team on the game.
But Cody, when we've always outside of most recently, like the last couple of
Oh,
Maddens
I'm not
going
saying-
stock, we've
No,
Cody,
I know that.
we've always
You built
Cody,
them.
we've always fantasy draft.
Yeah,
So
I'm saying you built them.
how'd I get a 99 overall team
No,
without
we haven't.
developing
We've
the players
never,
that we drafted?
we
So,
never
I mean,
fantasy drafted.
Wait,
We haven't fantasy
hold on.
drafted in years.
Everybody pause real quick. TB has a very valid point right now. We can't even pinpoint why he gets a bad rap. He's good. He's great at player development, and he runs the football. He
No,
does. Wait,
no, he's awesome.
Wait.
And I've
He
gotten
plays
better.
man defense, and he gets great players and develops them the right way.
Time out. This is what he does, and this is what you have to give him credit for. He develops his players
Trade
to
rates.
play man. He develops his players to play man, which is the easiest coverage to call in Madden if you have the personnel to call it. So, like I said, in previous Maddens, he would develop players or trade for players, and you're a trade raper too, by the way, but that's another topic. So he would develop
Sure
players.
is.
He would develop
I'm not
players
gonna deny that one.
he would develop players to run man, and I'm telling you, he was running quirky mans. I remember TB. You know what's funny? This is the craziest shit I'm about to say right now, bro. I've never beaten you in Madden, ever. Ever. And you know why I can't beat you? And I was telling Ron, me and Ron labbed today, and I told Ron why I can't beat you. Because I don't do well against, maybe I shouldn't say this because niggas, everybody gonna know now, but fuck it. I don't do well against man covered, like zero blitz types of schemes. I just don't, I panic. And you do that shit well, and you make sure you have the personnel to do that shit.
But look, what's crazy is this year, though, bro. I mean, what made it really the last two Maddens, bro? I've gotten away from man because they've dumbed down man and beat.
You're lying.
Zone.
You're lying. I played you last season. I played you last season, bro, and you ran cover. Nah. You ran cover one robber like 60% of the time. Don't lie to me,
bro. Nah, bro. Bro. I got the straight,
You just lied, bro. You just lied, man.
Most of my defense is cover 3. Yeah, now I do run cover 1, and I do run a lot of zero blitz, but
family, I will pull up the film, fam. I will pull up the film from last season. You ran cover 1 robber. This is what you did. You ran cover 1 robbers 60% of the time, no matter what down and distance was, and then you ran the nickel 4-5 gap blitz shit whenever it was a second and long or third and long.
That's one of my favorite blitzes in the game. I'm not gonna deny that.
Now, this is why I'm just telling you. This is why you might get a bad rap from like football guys that know that shit wouldn't work in real life. But even in real life, bro. I mean, unless you got four Deion Sanderses, you're not about to just be fucking running fucking cover 1 all game, bro. Zero blitz, like you're not gonna do it, bro. So I think that's why people I guess I'm speaking for myself. That's why I get frustrated when I see you on my schedule. I'm like, fuck, here we go. What the fuck am I gonna do against this cover 1 robber zero blitz shit?
Don't man not work on Madden? I mean, is it man according to the tournament guys like the worst defense to run because the shit just doesn't work? I mean,
it works now. It works.
I don't listen to tournament guys, bro.
So B-Dot and Cody, real quick. If you had to hire somebody to be your player personnel scout, who would it be in the league?
Does he have to be in the league?
It would be TB, bro. Bruh, TB is the best
player personnel
guy.
My only argument for that would be
he's so good at like scouting, traits, development, and all that stuff.
For example, this past draft.
So, TB, your only competitor though would have been Thomas Richard, right? I would say Tink. That fool knew
Turk.
what
Turk and Tink were good.
That fool knew what time of the day each rookie took a shit. Like he knew everything.
Yeah, I ain't got time for that no more, but I mean,
TB does a good job of that too, man.
Yeah, TB does.
But look, all bullshit aside, family. TB, I think you hella good, bro. I mean, I definitely have you in my top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
So,
it's no snub, bro.
Nah, I'll be all right, bro. I mean, right now, I got a new schedule to give it a start here, March 10th. So hopefully, I'll be able to invest more time into the game. Now that football season's over with, I can try to get more time into Madden and then try to get back in my groove. Because I mean, I really haven't found a groove this Madden really at all. I mean, I've been taking more of a fucking leadership role at work, so my time and my mindset's there, just trying to better myself as a person and just get move up in the company.
Depending on how much the rest of
that's what it's all about, for real.
Better.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey man, I got like 2 more minutes, guys. Y'all want to wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
I was gonna say that depending on how the season goes, if I went out, me and TV play week 16, so that'd be a big game unless I went out and I don't really need it.
But TB is good though, dude. Like TB plays, he develops talent and actually.
Yeah, I agree.
He doesn't run quirky shit like that, for real.
Here's the crazy shit, and we can wrap it up on this note. TB not making the playoffs though.
Oh fuck all that! I'll be in the playoffs, bro.
What?
You're not, bro.
Really?
Season 1 was the only time I've never not made the playoffs, bro, in MLB history, bro.
He said, TB, you're not making the playoffs.
Time out.
One playoff in my entire MLB history.
Let's wrap this up real quick. I'm going through it right now. Right, look, the AFC North, the Browns is 6-0, the Steelers is 5-3, the AFC South.
Browns hold on. Last the whole season.
Okay. I'm just saying this is how it's looking right now. In your
He's got what they
division,
got him, coach. We
the
not
Colts is
running mills out
6-1.
here.
I'm just saying, bro. In your division, the Colts is 6-1. You behind them at 4-3. My division, I'm sitting at 5-2, and you still got the Jets. You still got Damian at 4-3. He can sneak past you. Obviously, you got the Chargers at 7-0. Then you got the Broncos. Hold on. You got the Broncos at 6-1 and the Raiders at 5-2. You're not making the playoffs, bro.
Bruh. So look, right
You're
now,
just
look
not,
at him.
Damn.
Look at my remaining schedule. I'm
bro.
only really worried
All
about
those
two
teams.
games.
Beat
Bruh.
out.
I
What was
just,
that Marshall Clark bar you spit? You just did some Marshall Clark shit against this nigga.
yo, I'm just being honest, bro. All them teams, they are far ahead of you, bro. Like you got 7-0,
bruh.
6-1 teams. Like, come
Bruh,
on, family.
you got a guy that was gifted 4 wins, bruh. I don't know if he's gonna for the Browns. I don't know if he's gonna stay that way.
I played him,
I mean,
bro, and
we'll
I can
see.
tell you, if he doesn't break those rules, he's still good. I'm not gonna front. Like even the rules he broke that cost me the game, low key, he's still legit. I'm not gonna front. He's not like terrible or like subpar. Like no, he's good. He's good.
So
Yeah,
TB,
bro, we'll see, man.
are you better than Nate this year? I know you and Nate always have like a back and forth rivalry depending on what Madden it is. I know
I mean,
He about
shit,
to lose
man. I
to
mean,
Nate. He about to lose. He
don't know,
played
bruh.
Nate's his next
Me,
game, and then
yeah.
you got the Texans, and then you got TM, then you got the
Man,
Bucks. Nah, bro.
I'm not worried about him as a
Yo,
poor history
you
together,
got
bro. I'm
Cody.
not.
You got Cody
Okay,
and
I got.
Roger back to
Hey, bro,
back, 16, 17.
I have three tough
and the
games remaining on
Raiders.
my schedule. I'm not, bro. I'm not worried about Dominic Graham. He's never beat me on Madden, so I'm not worried about it. That's none of my concern, bro. Trust me,
Shots fired.
I'm not about to add that to my loss resume. So I got.
Yo, week 16
Hey,
and week
bro.
17, which is pretty
Hey,
much going to
bro.
determine whether you make the playoffs. You're losing one of those games, bro. Falcons or
Hey,
Colts,
bro.
you're losing one
Oh
of those games.
no. My foot about to go for Cody ass. I
I'm
owe Cody ass
surgical,
for
nigga.
season 1 and 8, bro. I owe Cody
Okay.
an ass with him, bro. Fuck all that.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay, man.
Why do you owe me an asshole?
Hey, bro.
I'm
Season 1 and 2,
surgical, nigga.
bro. You hurt Drew Brees. I ain't forget that shit. Season 1, bro.
Oh, you're saying when I beat you when you were the Saints. Okay,
Yeah.
I kept beating you
Both
over and over.
yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, we had 2 close games.
Let's
So yeah, trust me.
let's sign out. Let's sign out on this. Week 6, yo, TB. Week 16 against the Falcons. Week 17 against the Colts. That's going to determine whether you make the playoffs, brother. That's
And
it.
and
I'll
let's
be
sign
alright,
off on
bro.
this if B Dot beats Greg next week. Doing a write up. And
I need my write up, and I need
Doing a write
respect.
up.
Ron, I need when he writes it up. I need likes from Ron. I need likes from UTV. I need likes from
He
Roger,
said he needs
Kia.
likes from Ron.
I need likes from all the top dudes in the league. I need you to like the post and
That's
thumb
the
it
only
up, bro.
time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna heart it. I'm
That's
gonna
the only
heart it.
time he ever wanted likes.
That's
He
a
does
fact.
so. Bruh, y'all cold. Hey, let
Yeah.
TB live, man. Let
been a
TB
good
live.
show.
I'll be
Hey,
alright, bro.
let me give my parting shots real quick. Everybody get their little 30 seconds, and we'll sign off. But I think the show is dope. I think we should keep it going. I think we need more people to sign on and talk shit. I think this league needs a little more contention. But I think this shit is dope, for real. Like, Cody,
Yeah.
that was a genius idea just to bring it back, because we used to do it back in the day, but pay for it on that
Yeah.
dumbass website.
Yeah.
But
that
I
was
think
dumb.
we should get it back up and running, and I'm with it all the way. Whatever you need, as long as it's after
I
9
think
to 10, I'm with it.
TB or someone who knows tech really well, and we need to figure out how we can play a pre-recorded game in, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, into our radio show like this. So
Yeah, get
I
one
don't
of
know
them
how
in
we
there,
can do
and it's all
that,
good.
but
For sure.
we gotta figure that out. Because people staring
Yeah,
at me flipping through
you
screens.
probably need software for that, bro. That or it's a couple ways around getting that shit to work.
Yeah. But alright, y'all. Everybody got their piece.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, man. Good show.
Yeah, good show, fellas. Till next time.